Audrey.
And I'm Jessica.
We are with Remax Cobblestone coming to you with our weekly vlog for
real estate talk.
Unfortunately, this week we are at home with our kiddos. Schools have shut down and we are teachers. We are lunch ladies. We're all of it.
We're doing everything this week on top of doing real estate. So I don't know. I think you said you wrote a lot of offers this week from home.
Yes, 3.
Yeah. So yeah, I wrote 2 from home this week, and then I went on a couple of listing appointments. So it's been kind of crazy of a week, but we're excited to bring you our weekly vlog. And today we're going to talk about how to choose a lender and how it's really important if you can go local, just because of the communication that we have, and they are experts in our market that we've been using and buying and selling in.
Perfect. Yes. I have 2 local lenders. They are phenomenal. I love working with them. They quick to answer my calls. They're on top of it. Even though I follow up, they're like, it's already done. Quit calling me, but I'll call them again.
And I've been working with 3 local lenders that I've been using, and they all have specific reasons on why I work with each. So we'll kind of touch on that with your lenders and our lenders, and kind of go through why we choose specific lenders for specific houses or specific needs. And then you guys can kind of help you choose. And feel free, after we get done with the video, you guys can reach out to us and let us know if you have any questions, because we would love to make you guys feel comfortable in picking a lender.
Yes. I say the first step would be, call and shop around, just like you do with anything else. I would hope you do it with a real estate agent. I hope you do it with insurance. You don't go into a car lot and just pick the first car because that's what you fall in love with. I mean, you need to make sure every detail past the car is what you want. Lenders are the same way. You need to talk with them and make sure the communication is on point and fits your needs.
And you did hit on a good point about shopping around. I know several people get concerned about the credit getting checked more than once trying to find a lender. I've talked to several of my lenders, and you can kind of chime in about how when we're shopping for the best interest rate, that's just going to show on your credit that you're actually trying to do due diligence in finding the best rates for you. And if you hit it within the first 30 days, is kind of what I've been told on my lender, that it's not going to hit your credit like everyone thinks. So definitely shop around, find the best interest rates, and don't go always with your first instinct or the person who talks to you the most or can talk up the storm. You really need to shop about why you're looking for which lender.
Correct. I agree. A big thing for me is I always want to make sure we mesh. Like, if I'm not meshing with you and you're not meshing with me, let's just call it quits, because it's not going to be good.
No. And I know that if I cannot get a hold of my lender, I am not a big fan. There are things that are very time sensitive in real estate. And if I can't get a hold of a lender to give me a pre-approval, to follow up on appraisal, to tell me where we're at in a loan process, then we're going to have some really big issues with time sensitive documents like closing and, the TRR and the inspections on the appraisals. We need to be able to get in close contact with each lender.
So just to kind of touch base on the steps of the lending, what they will do is they will do a credit check. They will review your assets and your income. They will require your last 2 W-2s and the last 2 years of your taxes, a driver's license. That is just to start the pre-approval process.
Absolutely.
Now, there is a difference between a pre-approval and pre-qualified, and Jessica is going to touch base on that.
Yeah, so pre-qualified, we're going to get out your information such as your income, how much you make a year, how long you've been employed. That's just kind of the pre-qualified to say, hey, you can get a loan. However, we found out that if we're not pre-approved, which means we're going through the whole process, submitting W-2s, your taxes, going through the whole process to become pre-approved, sometimes we can fall into a financial situation if, for instance, you really are not completely approved for a house and you go under contract, and then it could potentially bust. So the biggest thing is to go through the process. It may take a little extra time in the beginning, but to get a full pre-approval will actually save us time in the long runs. And it's actually better for who's ever listing and selling the house and who's ever buying, because we don't want to bust out a contract that we could have avoided.
Correct. 100% agree with you. I would say after you get the pre-approval, find your agent. Hopefully you already had one. If not, check with your lender. Maybe they can suggest someone. I would definitely interview agents to start the home search. And then once you have an offer accepted, we as agents send the contract to your lender and also to the title company. That way they can immediately start on your contract for your home.
On the process. Yep. And a lot of lenders, I know that the several that I work with, after the contract's accepted, they'll send you out like a cost estimate sheet as well. And sometimes I have a lender that actually will send it out before we go into contract. We try to do that as agents, give you kind of a cost estimate of taxes and how much your monthly payments would be. But your lender has all of your financial documents, and they're going to be able to give us a more accurate depiction. So that's something I really want to tell people when they're buying a house. It's really important for you to be in close contact and tell them this is the range you're looking at, this is the area, and then they can also give you some really more accurate rates and disclosures on how much everything's going to cost you.
Correct. So the next step, after we emailed the contract to the title and lender, the lender will order an appraisal. That has to be 5 days after the contract is accepted. So if they haven't done that and your agent hasn't followed up, that can be a delay. That's another reason why you want to make sure you pick an agent who knows what they're doing, and keeping track of that, and your lender as well.
Yeah, we may also add that we have 0-bit control over appraisals, of how long it takes for an appraisal to occur. I've had clients that, get upset because the appraisals take so much longer, but there's not a ton of appraisers and the market is still pretty hectic right now. And sometimes that takes a little longer, but that is something we have zero control of. The only thing that we can control is when the appraisal was ordered by following up with the lender.
Correct. I think you made that.
Yep,
let's see what else we have here. So once the appraisal is in, the lender, of course, will send it to the client, and they will let us know as agents if it met value and if there's any repairs. If not, keep on going.
Good to go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, Audrey, what do you think about local lenders? Have you noticed a difference in national lenders? I know I work with one national lender, but I feel like they are stationed locally, so that really helps.
Yeah, I myself, I prefer local lenders, just because I can have the one-on-one relationship with them. They're not Joe Blow. Hey. There's Joe Blow from California or New Mexico, and have zero way of getting in contact with them through phone or email. I like the ones that I can, hey, if you're not answering, I'm coming to your door. With mine though, I haven't had to do that. They're great. Communication is key. So I prefer local.
We actually got in contract on another house that I have listed with a lender because they were coming from California, out of state, and they actually did not know the Oklahoma real estate laws. And so they didn't understand why signatures went in different areas than what happened in California. So that's kind of another significant factor. We know what we're doing when we're writing contracts. Our broker is fantastic about making sure everything looks perfect, but finding a lender that knows the Oklahoma real estate laws is extremely important as well.
Yeah. And if you're from out of state and you want to use someone from there, that's perfectly fine. However, they have to be licensed in Oklahoma to do so. They would know that, but just be aware that they have to be licensed.
And we definitely help with kind of narrowing that down too.
Yes.
So do you want to tell me about a few of your lenders and then I can share about mine?
Yeah, perfect. So there's two that I prefer. One is Jerry Bynum with Financial Concepts in Edmond, Oklahoma. He is great. He's very familiar with the real estate process. And then I also have Shelby Weston with Hometown Lenders. He's in Edmond, Oklahoma as well. Both stand-up men. They both answer their phones. They quick to respond to my calls, text, emails, as well as my clients. That's huge in my book. I mean, anyone who doesn't answer a phone call or a text night and weekends, I mean, that's when we work. That's when clients want to see homes. That's when clients do theirs outside of their work hours. So that's great.
Absolutely. And then I have a few different ones. My go-to who I usually use is Linda Scott at Arvest Bank. I have used her myself, and she is phenomenal. We never miss any deadlines. She goes above and beyond, talks to us, let us know what we're doing. Communication with our clients, she does phenomenal. But the one thing that I like the most is that she comes to every single closing. So she really wants to get to know the clients. She doesn't want to just sell you a house. She really likes having that relationship with her clients. I also use Ryan Green at Fox Mortgage. He's kind of a newer one I've started using, and he has done really well. He's kind of stepped up significantly for clients who've had a hard time with bringing money to the table for closing, and he's done a really good job of trying to offer like lender credits. So that's been really, and I think that's a really big bonus for him. And then the last one that I use is John Kennedy with NRL Mortgage, and he's the national company that we use, but he is phenomenal about getting a hold of my clients on the weekend if we need a last minute pre-approval to move forward. And I think that's one of the things that's super appealing is that we like to get our clients pre-approved before we start looking, but sometimes people will call us last minute, and when they see a house that they want to be pre-approved, ready to go. And John's done a really good job for my clients getting that done.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
yeah, well, I mean, I think that is good as far as, the process for finding a lender, the application process, what they do. I think we touched every single step of it.
Absolutely. And if you think you need more information, contact one of us. We'd love to help.
Yes. Give us a call, and both or all of our lenders that we prefer will be at the end of this video. So get the information from there.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys stay healthy this next week, and we'll be back next week. Maybe next week we can touch on the appraisal process a little bit more and offering, how you can offer on a house, and some strategies that we use.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jess.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.